So boys, Ludo here with the Mistweaver PvP guide. Surprising to myself even, but I've recently been playing a lot of healers because I just didn't want to sit in queue. So I played all of them, and Mistweaver is so powerful that I, a noob healer, got to like 2.5, even though it's pre-patch. You know, it's pretty decent rating for someone who is not the greatest healer. And I played it for like 1 or 2 days only. It's really strong. So this is more for the guys that you know, are playing DPS and, you know, kind of tired for waiting in queue all day, and you want to play instant games. This is the way to go. It's actually super fun. Like, healing is pretty fun, I ain't gonna lie. It's pretty fun, and it's super powerful. And once again, if I can get to 2.5, you can get it too. And let's start with the guide. So the talents I'm running are these. You can move some things around. For example, there's a patch coming and the monk is getting nerfed, but luckily my build is not getting nerfed at all. The only thing that is getting nerfed is this. So we could put this point into here. Now these two you could swap around, you know. Everything else I would leave. Okay. Now on the left tree, you know, you could move some things around, but it's really not a big deal. Okay. Like, maybe you could move this, you know, it's not a big deal. Some of the little things like this, you know, or like this, but I'm not going in, so this is kind of a useless talent for me, you know, so it doesn't matter. Now PvP talents you could change a little bit. If you don't need Zen Focus Tea, like you're playing against something that doesn't have a range kick, you know, because this is most useful against that. You could go with Absolute Serenity. You could go with Dematerialize against like a Sub-Rogue. And you can go with Eminence as well. Okay. These two I usually always pick. Okay. So let's see our stats. Our stats. Full verse and between Mastery and Haste. Now, I don't have perfect stats because this is from Windwalker, obviously, right? But what I would do is I would just keep a balance between Verse, Mastery, and Haste. All three stats are good. All three stats are good. And, you know, I don't see a reason to go overboard on any of those. Like, they're all good. Now, crit, you know, no point. It's just from the tier set. You don't really need a crit, right? Why would you need a crit? That's the worst stat in PvP. Yes, it could be good for Mana Tea, true, but there wasn't a game that I oomed before the enemy healer. There wasn't a game that I lost on mana, not a single game. So I think it's, you know, pointless. I don't see why would you do that. Okay, now the most important part, how do we play? So let's say the gates just opened, you know, we're running, we go behind the pillar, throw the port down. Second thing we do is show our Jade Serpent statue, boom. Okay, now if you're running this, and if you're not running it, it doesn't really matter, I guess. I usually like to use my Thunder Focus Tea on the Renewing Mist. Renewing Mist will be 30 seconds long and give you 8% haste if you're going with this. If not, whatever. 30 seconds is pretty big number. And I show 2 Renewing Mists on both teammates, okay? And then we just go and chill, you know? We just go and Soothing Mist behind the pillar, no one can kick us. And like, if people start dying, you can apply one Enveloping Mist, boom. And then you can Shaylun's Gift. Now, Shannon's Gift, as you can see, it starts collecting clouds. So you can stack a lot of clouds. Like at some point, like if the enemies are not doing a lot of damage, you don't even need to click Shannon's Gift, because Shannon's Gift with, I don't know, with like 8 stacks, you can see stacks here, right? It has 5 now. With like 5, 6, 7, 8 stacks, it will top summon from 30% to 100. It's crazy healing. It's really crazy healing. Like you see these clouds, right? So they spawn every few seconds while in combat, right? So it gives huge heal. Let's see on this guy. Boom, 84k, and we are not even in PvP. Okay, I'm not. My gear is not activated, so it stops someone from almost 0 to 100. The more clouds you have, so you can save Shannon's Gift for big heals. If you know, for burst heals. If you don't need heals now, you can just chill behind and Soot Mist, throw one enveloping mist. And people will just get stopped, you know. You renew your mist, and you go around, and what you do is, like, this is the most important part, I think. Like, healing is really easy. So what you want to do is, while your team is not getting bursted, what you want to do is you go in, you incap the enemy healer, you stun him, boom, and you sleep him. That's it, and you go back to healing. And that's like 10 seconds or more of CC, right? Now, if your team is getting bursted, depends on how big the burst is. What I do is, I Soot Mist, Envelop Mist, into big Shannon's Gift, and I just spam Shannon's Gift if that's enough. If that's not enough, you Cocoon. If that's not enough. Now, Cocoon is off GCD, which is good to know. So you can do multiple things while cocooning. So you can heal and cocoon at the same time, right? Now that's my first line of defense. You have like 4 lines of defense. That's your first, Live Cocoon. Then you have Invoke Yulon. Second. Third, Celestial Conduits. Okay. And the last line is Restoral. Okay. Now, my rule is I never Restoral if I'm not in CC. So if I have all of these, any of these 3, I don't Restoral. Okay. So first I Cocoon. If I don't have Cocoon, I will Invoke Yulon. Okay. And if I don't have that, I will Celestial Conduit. But you have to go in close for that, right? Now, if my team is dying and, for example, Rogue kidneys me, and my team is like below 30%, 35, let's say, just click Restoral. Just click Restoral, okay? And of course, guys, spam Detox to dispel stuff. Okay? And Mana Tea. How do we use Mana Tea? I usually use Mana Tea when I get kicked. You know, there's not much to do. I get silenced, I get kicked. You know, I just chug it up. Right? Just chug some Mana Tea, get my mana back. And that's it. Now, how to get a kill? I never go in and do damage. I'm not playing Feast Fever, so I do no damage on my heal, on my melee attacks. The only time when I go in is I see someone going 20%. I just, if I have a leg sweep, I roll in, I leg sweep, I touch with that, boom, GG. If it's high dampening, I know the enemy healer won't be able to, or is his you know, my team is stopped. Like, I don't want to go in and get hard CC'd. Okay, so I only go in with touch of that when it's safe to do so. If my team is full, if my team is low, I would just rather heal them up, and then we can go for touch of that. Okay. I think I covered everything, guys. Healing, CC, damage. It's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Honestly, pretty simple. It's more complex than most of healers, except Press Evoker and Rest Druid. or Rest of Shaman is close as well. But it's really fun. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it, and hope this guy helps you. It's short. It's not a complex guide, but honestly, this is literally what I apply to every game, and reach decent rating with it, and I feel really comfortable on the monk. I hope this helps you. And if you want to see more healing guides, let me know down in the comments. Because I really enjoyed it, and I might do so again if I feel comfortable enough on the healer to do it. Now I'll be going back on the DPS guides, and I was planning to do like a Demolock maybe next, or a new Devourer build. Or if you have any wishes on a spec that's not completely bad right now, because those will be getting buffed, so it's pointless, I think. Let me know. And once again, guys, thank you for watching. Hope it helped you, and see you in the next one.